Hey guys, it's Flix. Here tonight watching Spider-Man. This is showing at midnight, which for my theater is kind of crazy. I remember a lot of movies when I was younger I used to watch at midnight, but since Marvel came out pretty much have been all the earlier showings. But the only showing is at midnight tonight, so maybe something happened with that one that made it kind of countrywide why it's happening like that, but I don't know why. Maybe I'll look into it. But Spider-Man Far From Home. Can't say I'm super looking forward to this one. I mean, I'm here at midnight, so I'm obviously looking forward to it at least a little bit. But Spider-Man has always been one of the weird ones with me where I don't think anyone really does it wrong. I think it's really hard to do it really right, though. So, I've liked Tom Holland as it so far, though, in the 4 times he's been in it. But I don't exactly have high expectations on this. It's one of those after Endgame, it's real hard to be hyped about seeing another movie because that movie was just so good and so powerful that even watching John Wick 3 and The Phoenix, like, not that The Phoenix was good, but those movies were lesser because that movie was just so impactful and strong. But I'm gonna get heading in, tell you guys what I think about it after. Peace. Hey guys, it's Flix. So I recorded my initial thoughts on Spider-Man Far From Home last night, right after the movie, but for some reason they were lost, possibly deleted. I don't know. I just tried it this morning, couldn't find it. But I'm just going to do a real quick summary review of it, and then put this on so you guys can see it. So Spider-Man Far From Home. It was fine. It wasn't great. There's a lot of Marvel just wallowing in the old. This movie has so much to do with Tony Stark, who is not even in the movie. It backtracks on some of the previous knowledge we had about Tony Stark, sort of. It makes him out to being a worse person than he kind of really is, and someone who steals other people's ideas, which, as we found out throughout the movies, he's so smart, he doesn't need to take anybody's idea. I have to say, things I liked about this movie, Tom Holland, once again, was a fine Spider-Man. The movie had a lot of useless characters in it, but I really think MJ was actually a lot better in this one than she was in the first one. She actually seemed like a human being, not some random robot put in there. Of the wasted characters, the one I'm saddest about is Ned, because I really liked Ned in the first movie. He had a real world kind of feel to him, and then in this movie, if they'd taken him out, you really wouldn't have noticed. There's another character named Brad who's there to try to create tension, but he really never does. Mysterio's great in it. Shield's great in it. The CG leaves a little to be desired with how some of the, after in Endgame, with all the stuff they put in, don't get me wrong, there's some parts in Endgame that look really rubbery, but it's really hard to accept a Marvel movie for just being okay. Spider-Man is, as always, really rubbery in this one. Not as bad as the original Tobey Maguire one, but it is an acceptable, okay movie, but it really leaves me worried about what's going to happen next. Not out of necessarily next in his story, because his story looks like the next installment is going to be real fun, but more out of what Marvel is doing anymore. If Marvel even, they have Phase 4 and Phase 5 planned, and this is the end of Phase 3, but it really doesn't seem like they have a plan together that's going to be enjoyable, because outside of the movies they spent, hundreds of millions of dollars to make and had all of Hollywood inside of them. Their movies haven't been great recently. Captain Marvel's gotten a lot of flack. Infinity War was great, but then that was followed by Ant-Man and the Wasp, which not not a well-received movie for the most part. And then we got Endgame, and I know I didn't say the Marvel movies in order, but it's that all of the non-Endgame and Infinity War. I mean, and Black Panther was the last good standalone movie. Granted, that was the last one right before Infinity War. But there have been 3 other movies since then that are not great. They're mid-level, they're low-level. Spider-Man has always been one of those heroes for me that he's fine, he's cool, I like the idea. Now, I don't live in a big city, so, if I had spider powers and had a web shooter, I couldn't do anything here. It'd be fun, but it's not like I live in an area that does it, and they use their set pieces to the max in this movie. But it still makes me worry about where Marvel is going. So, I don't know if I have much more to say about it outside of I would still recommend seeing it. It's a real okay movie. My personal score on it, I think I'm going to go with a 3 out of 10. I think I said that at the end of my review initially, and I'm really standing by it. Might have dropped to a 2.5. Who knows? It's just one of those. Until the end, the mid-credit scene, and then the end credit scene, it seems like nothing of consequence has really happened. And then those 2 things just like slap you in the face, and you're like, oh, okay, well, I'm looking forward to the next Spider-Man movie, and I'm really not sure how I feel about what else is going on. Yeah, I be back with my spoiler review real soon. Already got that one done, oddly enough. That one didn't get lost in the mix. But thank you guys, and like and subscribe if you enjoyed it. Beyond C Plus Studio. And have a good day.